the most prettiest, beautiful women. Many of them. Men have put a baby in them, but they made a wife out of them. And I go to the high value men, have put babies in them, but they made a wife out of them. Because those women are choosing the value in them, and those men are choosing the low functionality in her. So that's a match made in heaven for them. Even though the fairy tale ends at some point, and everybody goes back to the drawing board and comes into my session and says, I'm beautiful, I'm successful, I can have any man I want. I'm lonely as hell. And I'm afraid that I'm gonna die alone.
Yeah.
But you have a child. You've been married to this A-list big NBA player. And the relationship is now over. And you feel like you're gonna be alone because you never learned to choose anything of substance. So you were hollow the whole time. So you're not afraid of being alone physically, you're afraid of being alone emotionally because you've been alone this whole time. So you don't even have a relationship with yourself. Anyway. So who you really don't want to be with is you.
The more you chase a woman, the faster you lose her. The more you treat a woman better than yourself, the more she thinks you don't deserve her. The more you love her, the easier it is for her to treat you like trash and dump you. With women, it's never about doing more for her. It's about her doing more for you. Relationships and marriages work better when the woman, 1, love the man more than the man loves her. 2, when the woman chases the man, while the man chases his purpose. Anything out of this formula will end up in total destruction. It's the game. You can't blame the players, blame the game. Women are just naturally built that way. The only time you should chase a woman is when you are wooing her. After she is accepted, you need to stop chasing her and focus 70% on chasing your goals and becoming a better version of yourself. Any woman you are busy chasing will in turn end up chasing another man. That is not chasing her. Don't kill yourself. Focus all your energy on getting a better life for yourself. Be wise. Stay Putinized.
You may be at a point in your life where you are so drained and so depleted and so discouraged that you are tempted to stop abruptly or to settle for less than what you truly deserve and what you have been yearning for and longing for, but more importantly, praying for. Let me encourage you, as I am encouraging myself, that honey, and as Sarah Jakes Roberts would say, child, we've gone through too many things, too many miles behind us, too many triumphs, too many tears. We have too much to gain, to lose. So we cannot afford to get to this point in the journey and just settle for anything and any person and any old body. No.
Now, if we gonna talk about it, we gonna talk about it for real, and we gonna be honest, right? There's a man out there right now that has called his wife's phone multiple times. She didn't answer. She gonna walk in the house in a couple of hours and say that her phone died. He gonna smell that man on his wife. But because he loves this woman, he don't want to leave her. He doesn't want to break up the home and the family that he's worked hard to build. He's not going to bring it up. He's going to suffer in silence. It's a man right now looking at his 3 kids and seeing a noticeable difference between that baby and them 2 oldest. But they all got his last name, and what he doesn't want to do is risk losing his other 2 children because he's asked about this baby, so he's going to raise all them kids together. It's a man out there right now that has sacrificed his dreams, sold his motorcycle to buy her the brand new family car so she can ride nice. Whole time she is driving that really nice Suburban to her side dude's house. And he has now seen this car in an area it ain't supposed to be in, but because he is too embarrassed, because he doesn't want to deal with the humiliation, because he knows somewhere it's going to be turned around and twisted on him, because you wasn't giving me enough attention at home. Even though this man had been working 12, 14-hour days to pay for that Suburban, he is just going to suffer in silence. He don't want the drama. Let's just be honest. Women cheat better than men do. So the reason why you don't see a lot of men having to suffer through the ridicule is because women don't get caught the same way that men get caught. And men have to deal with the public humiliation of, man, you wasn't handling business at home. So they would rather keep those secrets and those questions buried deep And in my opinion, if you ever see a man out with his family and he just looks absolutely empty, it's because he knows he's not loved in that household. He knows that he is not appreciated. He knows his wife is cheating. He knows that baby ain't his, but he knows he can't leave because some kind of way he's still gonna be the bad guy, even though she was the one that stepped out.
What up, y'all? I call this the Bloody Mary. Lemon juice, lime juice, grapefruit juice, beet juice, a little bit of protein shake, a little bit of Ryan's mustard coffee, ginger, garlic powder, cayenne pepper, I think that's it. There's probably something else I'm missing, but that's it. A little bit of rosemary, because they say it's good for your hair. Before all the gym rats and shit out there, try something like this instead of that crack pre-workout shit. You don't need that shit. I want to talk to y'all about breakups, how they can make you or break you. Because, like it or not, some of y'all watching this is either going to go through it, you're going through it, or you have went through it. You know what I mean? Y'all can't let this shit fuck with your life, man. You gotta... I know you get tired of hearing life is too short, but when I say that shit, what I mean is you probably got a long life ahead of you, but you can't waste it worrying about somebody's daughter or son. You know what I mean? You just simply can't. At the end of the day, man, if somebody left you or whatever the case, you had to leave them or whatever, 9 times out of 10, they dealing with other people anyway. They ain't even thinking about you. You know what I mean? But here you are thinking about them, not eating, crying, whatever the hell you got going on. And I get it, because I've been there. You know, I've been in breakups, so I know how they are. But the more you go through them, the easier they get. And the longer you go through it, the easier it gets. I suggest that anybody who's going through some shit like that, don't try to look for another woman or man. Look for you. Try to find you. Don't try to find another woman or man. Try to find you. Because oftentimes when we in these relationships that ending up not working, you lose yourself to a certain extent. Some people lose their self completely. And it's like a rebuilding process, you know what I mean? Once it's over, you gotta find yourself again. Or, I guess you could say find yourself and become a better version of than what you was. Because a lot of times, you're either going to become a better person after the relationship or you're going to become a worse. You know what I mean? The choice is on you. I suggest you become a better person. You know, that's the best revenge. Not going out trying to get another boyfriend or another girlfriend. That is not what you want to do. I'm not saying that if it happens, it happens. But you don't want to go out trying to make people jealous and all this and all that. And it ain't just about relationships, dog. It's about, you could be dating people and they can ghost you or whatever. Don't even, you just got to keep moving in life, man. If they was meant, or they was so this great person, then they would be trying to fuck with you. So obviously, nobody really wants to be alone, so they probably dealing with somebody else. Sometimes kids are involved, and that's harder. I ain't never faced that situation, but I know it's got to be harder because it's already hard if there's not kids. So I can't even imagine if there's kids and you trying to break up and you feel like you got to leave and all this shit. But I suggest if you do leave, don't go back. I know a lot of people are going to tell you, well, I went back and the relationship's better, we got kids or whatever. A lot of that be some bullshit. You don't forget shit that happened, man. You know what I mean? There's a difference between taking a break and a breakup. Some people take breaks and then they get back together, but they never was really broken up. Like, there's a difference. When you break up with somebody, either them or you or both actually started dealing with somebody else, or you just simply stayed away from them for a long time. It's either of that. That's breaking up. Breaks is like, I'm mad at you, you mad at me, we ain't talking for a while, but we really ain't moved on type shit. I need to clean this leather bad. I mean bad. Like real bad. You can see it in the sun, you know what I mean? But you're gonna feel like you gotta go back. You're gonna feel like you can't do it and all this other shit. But I'm here to tell you can, man. If I would have went back to the breakups that I had, I wouldn't be who I am. I wouldn't be where I'm at. You know what I mean? That's why I'm telling y'all, it gets better. It gets better, man. And that's no disrespect to anybody that you may be dealing with or anybody I've dealt with. It just gets better because you make it better. You make yourself better and your life better. It only gets better if you do that. If you just sit around moping and worried about what they doing and this and that, then it's not going to get better. It's going to get worse. You know what I mean? That's why the title is, it can make you or break you. It's really a mental thing more than anything. And a lot of times y'all got to realize that the person that you're moping over and mourning and whatever the fuck, a lot of times that's not even who they really are. It's just that your brain has been programmed to believe that's who they really are. But once life has shown you, wait a minute, that's not who they really are. She messed with another dude or he messed with another girl. That's who they really are. But your mind has been programmed, oh, now they love me so much, they'll never do nothing wrong to me. They faithful, blah, blah, blah. Your mind's been programmed to believe that. So it's hard to go from that to, damn, I just caught her in the bed with another guy. Ain't that some shit? Or I just seen some shit in her phone. Damn, I gotta move on from her. I gotta leave her alone. It's hard to go from that to that because your mind has been believing this girl's faithful, man. This girl never do me wrong. Or if you're a girl watching, this guy never do me wrong, etc., right? But I'm going to put it to you like this. This is the best way I could put it to y'all, man. Because I don't like to tell people, leave this person or that person, because I don't know the whole story. But I will say this. If it's to the point that it hurts you as much to leave them alone as it does to stay, then you might as well just go, because once you go, at least eventually you'll be free of all that pain and all that bullshit that you're going through. But if you stay or go back, it keeps prolonging it. It's like an open wound that I need to be healed, but I'm going to keep opening it. I'm going to keep letting the same person cut the wound open over and over again. It don't make sense. And I understand why people do it, because I used to do the same shit. You know what I mean? I probably would do it again if I was with a girl and we fell out and I had to leave her alone. Say I caught a girl that's with another guy or some shit. I probably would have to find a way to leave her alone eventually, right? So I'm not going to sit here and say that I would just leave right on the spot. You know what I mean? Because I probably wouldn't, more than likely. But you got to understand that most people, they not going to change, especially the more chances you give them, because it's like a kid. You keep telling your kids, don't do this. And you keep letting them get away with shit. They're going to keep doing it. You know, at some point, you got to close the door on them. A lot of y'all are waiting for them to close the door on you. And then a lot of y'all are trying to determine whether you're with somebody else to determine whether you should go back to them. Or even worse, everybody's a cheater. Every woman and man's a cheater, so I might as well just stay with nah, that's bullshit. Even if you have to be alone, it's better to be alone than to deal with somebody who's draining you, not making you happy, cheating or whatever the case. Trust me, man, it's better to be happier alone than to be with somebody on some other bullshit. I promise y'all, 100%, I promise y'all. It might not seem that way at first because you're going from leaving somebody to being alone. But once you get over that hump, you might not even want nobody else again. It's to the point that I'm not saying I wouldn't want a relationship, but I wouldn't just get in one like that because I understand that it's hard to break away from someone once you have to break away from them. You know what I mean? And I'm already good and happy where I'm at. You know what I'm saying? So I wouldn't just jump right back into something like that because I understand what comes with all that. I don't know. I'm to the point, the more I see on Facebook of such and such did this or such and such did that, just the more I see when it comes to this relationship shit, the more I'm like, shit, I might as well just stay where I'm at. You know what I mean? You know how you single and you be like, man, I kind of miss being with somebody. And you see one of them reels, like, damn, that dude or that girl just did that or that. Nah, fuck that. I remember how it is. I'm good. For real, man. All I'm saying is life is too short, man. That's all I'm saying. You gotta be happy in life. I don't give a fuck what it is or what you gotta do, who you gotta leave. If you gotta leave your own mama alone to be happy. If your mama is causing you to not have peace, she gotta go. Hopefully not, but that's just the way it is. Plus, like, a lot of times, people stay in relationships because they don't truly love themselves yet. They never fell in love with themselves. That's why they're scared to be alone or to be without the narcissist, because they never fell in love with themselves. If they have, once you fall in love with yourself, you're able to be alone. So anytime somebody on some bullshit, not saying you should just give up on relationships, but anytime people on bullshit or you gotta leave them alone or cut them off, you can do it. And not only that, it helps you actually pick the right person instead of kind of being like desperate or thirsty or settling. You know what I mean? You're not going to settle because you already love yourself. I'm not going to settle for a woman that I don't like because I love myself. You see what I'm saying? I love myself. So I don't need to fill that void because I've already filled it. I can do my own laundry. I can do whatever. I don't need that. Some of these dudes just got girlfriends because they need women. You know, I want a woman. There's a difference. I don't need a woman. I want a woman. You understand what I'm saying? I don't need one. And that's better for her because that's less baggage that she has to deal with. I don't have to be a little grown-ass baby. You know what I mean? I need you for this. I need you for that. I don't need that. I mean, it's nice. The girl gonna want to do what she want to do anyway. She gonna want to cook or whatever to try to make me happy anyway, if that's my girl. But the point is, like, say she's sick, I ain't gonna sit around and wait for her to come home and cook for me because she's the woman. You know what I mean? Like, she tired from work. I'm not gonna sit around waiting. Well, I'm gonna wait till she get home because she's the woman. That's craziness. It's craziness, man. I don't know, man. It's scary sometimes because sometimes you get to the point, once you do love yourself, it's going to be hard as fuck for somebody to be able to get you again. I don't know if that's a good thing or a bad thing. I think it's more of a good thing, though, because you won't settle. You know what I'm saying? You'll get what you deserve. I think that's when people finally actually get the right person. I think before then, a lot of it is just contentment and just settling for whatever they can get. But once a person really loves themselves, you're not going to be able to just be able to get them like that. They good. They good with or without a man or woman. So they're going to choose you because they want you, not because they need you. But in order for you to become that person, you can't let breakups break you. All my exes look at me like, damn, fuck. I should have believed in that motherfucker. I thought he'd break and fold like a little ass bitch. Nope. Because I don't let the breakups break me. The first one, when I was real young, that was hard. That was real hard. I didn't want to eat, none of that shit. But the other two, it was easier and easier. And I cared about them all the same. So it wasn't, I cared about that one more than all the other two. Nah, it was the same thing. It was just I was stronger. You know what I mean? It was just I was stronger, man. You just can't, at the end of the day, the only love you can really depend on, maybe if you got kids, and your damn self. And God, you really can't depend on someone else loving you forever and never dealing with another person or reneging and not wanting you no more. You can't depend on that. You could hope, like, I'm going to choose her because I think she is going to be the one that's going to fuck with me forever. But, you know, if she don't, I got to be ready for that. You know what I mean? I got to be ready for if I choose a woman and she decides I don't want to talk to you no more. And it only had to be a relationship. It could be just a talking stage. I had to be okay with that. I gotta be okay with that. I can't be like you see these guys on these reels and stuff, killing chicks and all kind of stuff. Women doing all kind of crazy shit, all because of emotion. You know, you can't let your emotions overpower your intelligence. I'm gonna just say this and I'm done with this shit. Y'all gotta realize this is the number one thing I think that a lot of people overlook, and I figured out a long time ago. Sometimes the person that you think about and you mourning and can't stop thinking about, that's not even them. Like what you've seen them do and how you've seen them act, that's the real them. The idea of who you thought they really was is some person that probably don't even exist. They just exist in your mind because in your mind you thought that's what they was. You thought they was this great, faithful person or whatever the case. But you find out that's not really who they really are. If you can figure that out, like that's not even who you really are. So if my ex came up to me right now, the person that I thought she was, if I think like that again, like she's that person, then I'd probably go back with her. But I know deep down inside, that's not who you really are. That's who I thought you was. That's not who you really are. Who you really are is what you kind of showed me. So I have to accept that. But a lot of people don't want to accept that. So they go back and all this other shit. And I'm not saying don't go back to somebody. I can't speak for people personally because I don't know their situations. But I do know that for the most part, a lot of times it's not the person that we're missing. A lot of it is the feeling of having somebody. So example, this woman let's just say a woman treated me like shit, right? But the feeling of having someone is what I miss. Not necessarily her. Just the feeling of thinking that she was this great person, thinking that it was love. Like, oh, this is love. Yeah, you're going to miss that. When you break up with somebody, you're going to miss what you think it was, or you're going to miss the attachment. That's why I made a video about attachment. A lot of y'all are not missing them. What up, Albert? A lot of y'all are not missing them. You're missing the attachment. The attachment is the so-called companionship that comes with a woman or man. But is it really that woman or man that you're really missing? That's why when it comes to being single, I understand that it's the companionship with a woman that I'm missing more than just missing a woman in general. So I'm not going to just, oh shit, let me just get with any woman. Can't do that. Because then I got to find a way to break up with this woman and detach from this woman if she tries to pull some bullshit. Y'all miss that attachment. I don't think y'all miss that narcissist, man. You don't believe me? Go back to the narcissist. Go back. And I don't hate none of my exes, because if without them, I wouldn't be who I was. They made me a hungry, strong motherfucker. So I have no ill feelings. I don't give a fuck what they did. And they did some shit, but I don't give a fuck. I ain't mad at them. Right? But I know if I go back, I know what time it is. Unless I ain't seen them for like 10 years and maybe there's some different person. Nah, bro, I go back, it's gonna be worse. It's gonna be worse. I did that to him and he's coming back, you little bitch. I fucked old dude and you still right there. Or I flaked on you 5 times and you still trying to get me, you little bitch. Now I'm gonna treat you like a little bitch. Same thing with y'all females. Oh, she ain't going nowhere, she's still on my dick, dog. After all that, I can do what I want. She ain't leaving. This is what they do. Unfortunately, you would think people would honor you. Like, man, she really fuck with me. Man, I fucked up all kind of times with her, and she's still there. That's not what human nature do, though. Human nature is she's still there. You know, I'm going to bite off more than I chew. I know I cheated, or I know I did this or that. I'm going to do it one more time. She'll let me get away with it. She'll let me slide. Kind of like your kids. You know what I mean? You know, they didn't got away. They didn't got them snacks out that freezer or that refrigerator. And you keep warning them, you know they're going to keep doing it until something. They got to have consequences. Unfortunately, motherfuckers got to have consequences. And the consequence is losing you. The consequence is losing you. They're not going to come up and tell you either. Don't expect no narcissist to come up and say, you know what, you was the best woman or man I ever had. Some will. But most of them, they're not going to play that. They're going to play it off like whoever they dealing with is better than you and they don't miss you and this, and they're not going to come tell you, man. They just simply not. And they not going to close the door. If I'm a benefit, let's just say a woman don't want me, but she want to use me for my attention. As long as I keep giving it to her, let's just say we used to talk, but now she don't want me. As long as I keep giving her attention or whatever she's looking for, she gonna keep doing it. Just like with a man. Say he don't want you no more. As long as you keep giving him sex, though. You think he gonna stop? Do you seriously believe a motherfucker's gonna stop, especially if it's a narcissistic person? They gonna stop and close the door for you? No, they're not. You gotta close that door. You gotta close that door. But I don't know when it comes to kids. You can't really close the door. Only you can close the door on how y'all deal with each other intimately, maybe. But I wouldn't advise you to hate someone you have kids by. I just wouldn't. I mean, I couldn't do it. If I have a kid by a woman, I wouldn't hate her. You know, I just had to deal with her for my kid's sake. But anything else? And let me say this too. Don't even, a lot of y'all guys, you gotta stop doing this. If you got a baby mom, you don't talk to her no more, whatever, for whatever reason. She seems like she don't want you, whatever. You gotta stop. Don't even sleep with her too. You gotta cut that out. I know as a man, it's kind of, women pretty much, they gonna do it. They gonna pretty much probably cut off the man if they pretty much done or whatever. But men, they still, I still could fuck her though. Nah, don't do none of that, man. Just let it be, man. Just let it be. You know what I'm saying? You gotta let it be. Hey man, your life is not over. I know it feel like it. When you break up, that shit hurt. I ain't gonna lie, that shit hurt like a bitch. That's why I'm not quick to just get with another girlfriend like that. Why is he single? Motherfucker, because I know what this shit is about. So eventually, yeah, I'll cave the fuck in and give a woman a chance. Again, I will. But I hope it's the right situation, because I'm trying to tell you, walking away from that shit, man, they could pretty much do damn near anything to you and you still come back and forgive them and all that shit, because it's the attachment. It's not really them that's keeping you there. It's the attachment. The feeling of you got somebody and all this other dumbass shit that attachment brings. It's not them, it's the attachment. You probably, like I said in many videos before, you probably can't stand that motherfucker. But the attachment to them draws you to them, and that's why when you talk to other people, if you ain't pay attention to nothing in this video, pay attention to this, because a lot of y'all you're not gonna wait. You're gonna go right out and look for other women and men. So guess what? A lot of the reason why a lot of y'all can't, how you say it? A lot of y'all can't, I don't know the word, but you know, like when you're trying to, a lot of y'all can't really connect good with certain people, because you're still attached to that shit. You got to break away from that shit first. Then you can kind of attach to other people or someone else a little bit better. Example, say I'm hung up on this girl I just broke up with, and this perfect girl I'm about to go out on a date with, right? She's perfect. Let's just say she's perfect. Basically, she's perfect. But I'm still hung up on this ex. I'm not going to be able to fully reciprocate how much I really like this chick, because I'm still hung up on this chick. And guess what? I'm going to fumble this good-ass girl or run back to the narcissist. All because of the attachment to the narcissist. You think you miss a narcissist, or no one compares to the narcissist. We know that one. We all know that one. Nobody compares to them. Let me just go back. Nah, it's not them, the attachment. Your attachment to them is greater than the new people that you're meeting. So of course it's going to seem like no one compares to them. But it's not them, it's the attachment. Once you figure that shit out, all right, I'm attached to this girl right now. Let me just chill out for a while until I'm able to get over. That's why I don't go from breaking up with somebody to another person. It's not fair to them, and I already know it's not gonna work. Everything I'm gonna be comparing to what I had, and that's not right for them. This woman could be a great woman, but I'm not getting the full reciprocation because I'm still attached to this person. And that's exactly why I don't do that shit, man. So you hear women say it a lot, especially women, because they gonna have women got people on deck. As soon as they break up with you, us men, nah, not if we a faithful man. We ain't got shit on deck. Shit, we ain't got people coming up to us like that. Women do, though. They're already ready. You know what I'm saying? So when she starts to date after she broke up with somebody, a lot of times why she go back to that guy is because she didn't give time to break that attachment. What she should have done is, all right, I like this guy. He seemed cool. I'm trying to break up with this guy or get over this guy. Let me take it slow with this guy and let this guy know that so he don't think I'm playing games or any of that. They don't do that, though. They try to jump right to that guy, and then they don't feel the reciprocation, and guess what? Nobody compares to narcissist, so let me run back to narcissist. That's what be happening, I promise you. Men do it too, though. Don't get me wrong. Men do that shit too. But that's why that's happening. It's not that they're some great person. If they are some great-ass person, then why the fuck are you leaving? Why do you gotta leave them in the first place? Or why they leaving you? They don't want you or you don't want them. If they so great. Don't make sense, do it. It is what it is, man. At the end of the day, as long as you got breath and you got God, and if you got kids, who cares about anything else? That's all that matters. I even throw you one more, and it's success, money, whatever. A lot of y'all need to make that your girlfriend or your boyfriend for a while. In fact, for good, really. And that's why a lot of y'all worry so much about women and men that you broke up with. You need to focus on success. Live. Love yourself for a while. Sometimes you gotta be selfish for a while. Because I was that person that was never selfish, always thinking about the next person. Like, you know what? It's time for me to think about me for a while. Put me first for once. You know what I'm saying? But at the end, man, at the end of the day, man, I don't want God to be thinking that I think some woman's better than him or greater than him. You know what I mean? Fine, God, you showed me that she's not for me. You showed me that she cheated, right? Or whatever. I got to accept that and move on. Or I could be a dummy and say, God, you're lying. You're a liar, God. I know this girl's for me. I don't care what you showed me. Or if you're a woman watching, I don't care what you showed me. This guy's for me. I'm going back again, and it's going to get worse. I've seen women leave guys that they should have left alone, go back, get pregnant, have kids and shit. Now it's even worse. Now it's even harder to leave the narcissist. Should have listened to God. When God shows you that this is not for you. Think about it in street terms. Man, I caught him in the pack, man. God showed me that dude took that money from me. Why am I going to still be friends with him or go back to him? Then now he might take my life. It might be worse next time. We don't want to listen to God, though. You know what I mean? We don't want to accept the reality. The reality is what you've seen. I seen this girl in the bed with another guy. Or I seen that in her phone. It is what it is. In my case, the last girl I was with, I seen her on the couch with that other dude. But of course she's gonna make up an excuse and your feelings are gonna want to believe that lie. Because it feels better. Yeah, they was just on the couch, man. It ain't nothing. But you know deep down inside, you know what it is. But you don't want to accept that because that don't feel good. Man, she fucking dude and they was on the couch with pictures and all that bullshit. You don't want to accept that. You know what I'm saying? You don't want to accept it because it hurts. So what do? The lie feels better. But remember this, and I'm done. I'm getting out of here. I got shit to do. The lie feels better at first, but in the end, the truth feels better. Because a lie is actually going to destroy. You keep believing that lie and going to that lie and trying to live with that lie, it's going to keep getting worse and worse. But the truth's going to set you free. So go ahead if you want to be destroyed. And another lie is you'll never find nobody better. You're nobody. You can't do better in life. You're just some loser. That's why I cheated on you. All these lies. You start believing that, you're going to crumble as a woman or man. But the truth is, you cheated. I don't know why you cheated. You cheated because look, if I'm a bad person, you would just leave me. You wouldn't cheat. Why are you holding on to me? Why am I holding on to this other Cadillac right here if it's so bad? Obviously it has value, or I would just get the fuck out. I don't want this car, right? So when people cheat, they hold on to somebody. They don't just leave you. You got value. They just don't want you to know that. They won't come up with every excuse in the world why they did it. You know why they did it. So it's time to move on, man. It's time to move on, live life. Life is too short. You could die tomorrow. Ain't no way I'm sitting around in life worried about why a woman didn't call me back or why. I don't give a fuck if I have kids by the woman. I'm not worried about none of that shit. I'm going to handle the shit accordingly and move the fuck on. You got another dude? Fine, watch. I'm going to get another girl. And I'm not going to just hurry up and go get another girl to try to make you jealous. I'm going to sit back, kick back, and become a better man and find myself, if you're a woman, become a better woman. And what I get is going to be better than you. And I'm going to be better than what you got. Plain and simple. Plain and simple. Don't worry about, oh, you want him or you flake it. You wasn't for me. If you was for me, none of this shit would happen. A lot of this turmoil y'all be dealing with these women and men, if they was for you, why the fuck is it so hard? It shouldn't be hard. This shit ain't supposed to be hard. Relationships ain't supposed to be hard. They're supposed to make you happier, not more sad. Think about it. Why I need a girlfriend? She just gonna make me more sad, more depressed, drain me more. If I get a girlfriend, she better be adding to my happiness and all this other shit. If not, what is she here for? It don't make sense. I could do bad by my damn self. Ain't that what they be saying? I could do bad by my damn self, bro. One thing for sure, ain't nobody else laying in that coffin with me. Ain't nobody else laying in that damn coffin with me, that's for sure. And I came in here by myself and I'm leaving by myself. So ultimately, only thing we really got for real is God. I'm trying to tell you, man, sometimes the devil puts you with this person. But you don't remember the red flags. It's been 5 years. You done forgot about the red flags. You done forgot that the devil even hooked y'all up in the first place. So now God shows you that was not from me. That was from the devil. You don't want to believe that truth. So you want to keep holding on to the lie. It's like a smack in God's face. I'm going to show you that this whole thing was a lie and you still don't want to listen. All right. Learn the hard way. It's like your kid. I done showed you the right way. You don't want to listen? Learn the hard way. I done showed you as much as I possibly can. You want to be dumb? All right, go ahead. That's your life. I mean, I did what I could do. You know what I'm saying? Plain and simple. So don't get mad at God or get mad at the people that you allow to hurt you, because that's what you're doing. That's why I don't get mad. That's why I'm not mad at no ex. Because everything they've done, I allowed. I could have easily just said, look, get out of here. I'm done. You know what I mean? That was me not leaving. It don't matter what they did. I allowed it. Can only be mad at yourself, for real. And why do we put up with the bullshit and stay through bullshit? Because we truly don't love ourselves. Not like we should. We might care about it. If you truly love yourself, you are not putting up with a woman cheating. If anything, I'm going to downgrade your ass. I don't even recommend that. But if anything, you know, a lot of men, you be like, man, I got a helper, man. This dude argues every damn day. Sometimes he be crying. Like, dude, leave this girl alone. But he young. He don't get it yet. I be like, man, you gonna see why I just stay how I am. He don't get it. He gonna keep going back and looking weaker, looking like her bitch more and more. Cause women know. Like, you weak ass motherfucker, you can't leave me. I'm gonna keep doing this shit. It's a game. You don't realize I don't want you yet, dumbass, anymore? I don't want you no more? All right, fuck it. I'm gonna keep you here so I can get shit up out of you. Since you don't want to leave, I'm gonna just get shit out of you. That's what they do with attention and all that. And the same thing with men. Oh, you don't want to leave me? Fuck. I mean, I guess I'll just keep getting pussy from you. I'm just being real with y'all, man. Y'all gotta love yourselves, man. It's not, some of these people don't deserve to even be in the same vicinity as you. They really don't. Because they don't give a fuck about you. So why do y'all keep them there, man? Why? What are you holding on to? They're not valuable. If they don't see value in you, they're not valuable. If they don't see value in you, they are not valuable. How can someone be valuable to me when they don't even see that I'm valuable? How? Only thing they're going to do is plot, scheme, do all kind of other shit. It don't make sense, man. Gotta love yourselves, man. I'm out of here, man. Y'all stay up, man. Y'all got this shit. Trust me, man. It's one of the best things breakups have been some of the hardest things I ever had to do in life, but some of the best things. Just like quit smoking weed. That shit was hard as fuck. But it's one of the best things I ever did. You know what I mean? And no different with the breakup thing. Cause it's like it's like a death. Like a breakup's like a death, especially if you really care and shit, it's like a death. It's gonna be one of the hardest things you're gonna ever have to do, but it's gonna be one of the most beneficial things that you will ever do. And that's what y'all gotta look at instead of listening to the lies of people and you know, don't leave, stay in the misery and all that. You ain't gotta stay with them. You got kids with them, you gotta stay. No, you don't. They not make you happy, I'm not staying. I don't give a fuck if I have 1 billion kids with you. Cause I only got one life and I'm not wasting it listening to you bitch cry, complain, and try to use my kid again. I'm not doing that. Fuck it, I'm gonna get me a lawyer, we're gonna deal with this. As long as I got my kid, I'm not worried about you because you've already made it clear that you don't fuck with me no more. You don't see me valuable, so therefore you can't be valuable to me. But my kid's a different story. If I had one, you know what I'm saying? That's it. That's all. That's at the end of the day, the only two people that I'm worried about, you know, like leaving my life or you know, I'm worried about not having in my life would be my kids and God. That's it. Anybody else, you can skate. I don't give their moms. All right, skate. You can't stop it anyway. Why do we try to stop shit that we have no control over? When a woman don't want you no more, you have no control over that. Nothing you could do. And don't give me that bullshit. Well, maybe if I try harder and do this or that, she'll like me more. Bullshit, man. Because there's dudes out here not doing nothing at all, and women worship the ground they walk on. But yet you're doing all this and she still don't give a fuck. Or as far as a female, there's men out here who worship the ground a woman walk on. But you're doing all this and all this other shit and he still don't want to fuck with you like that. Come on, man. There's nothing you could do. There's nothing you could do but leave and boss the fuck up and take trips. I'm not sitting in this car crying when I could be in fucking Florida somewhere with a whole bunch of beautiful women. I ain't even gonna fuck them. Just the fact that I'm around a whole bunch of beautiful women and living life. But you want to be sitting at home crying over a girl that's sucking and fucking another guy? It don't make sense. Same thing with y'all women. You could take a girl trip or whatever. All kind of men everywhere. But you sitting at home crying over some dude that don't give no fuck about it. It don't make sense. Fuck that, dog. Life is too short for that shit, man. All right? I'm going to catch you on the next one, man.